Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we dive deep into company secrets and uncover the real story behind the numbers. Today we are dissecting Pure Cycle Corporation's latest quarterly report where the world of water infrastructure meets land development and a surprisingly resilient rental business. So what did Pure Cycle get up to in the 3 months ending November 2025? Let's rip into it. First off, the balance sheet shows assets totaling about $168 million. That is up from around $162 million at the end of August. A good sign of growth. Now, on the flip side of that, you see liabilities and shareholders' equity. The company still carries a pretty hefty accumulated deficit of over $28 million. This means they have spent more money than they have earned over their lifetime. But good news, the total shareholders' equity has grown to about $147 million, up from $142 million. This shows things are moving in the right direction and the company is building value. Let's talk about the income statement. For the 3 months ending the 30th of November 2025, Pure Cycle earned a net income of about $4.5 million. That is a solid jump from $3.9 million in the same period the year before. So earnings are definitely on the rise. The biggest driver of that income increase, lot sales, in the land development segment, specifically Sky Ranch Master Plan Community. They saw revenues jump from $2.3 million to a whopping $6 million. That is a 160% increase. This means they are selling a lot more land to home builders, which is great news for their development business. But it is not all about selling land, water, and wastewater tap fees. Also saw a healthy increase, going up by 14%. This suggests more construction is happening and more homes or businesses are connecting to their water and wastewater systems. However, there is a bit of a mixed bag in their water business. Metered water usage revenue actually dropped by 42%. This is mainly due to a significant decrease in water sales to oil and gas operators, which usually use a lot for drilling. They are just not buying as much water as they used to. Overall total revenue for the quarter hit $9.1 million, up from $5.7 million the previous year. That is a nearly 60% increase, driven largely by that booming land development segment. On the cost side, the cost of revenue also climbed from $2.0 million to $2.8 million. This makes sense because if you are selling more, you are going to have more costs associated with that. The land development cost of revenue specifically jumped by 80%, which aligns with the surge in lot sales. General and administrative expenses remained pretty stable, though showing a slight decrease. This indicates they are managing their overhead pretty well, even as the business grows. Now, for some of that other income which took a nosedive, other income including oil and gas royalty income dropped significantly from $3.4 million to $1.6 million. This is directly tied to that reduced oil and gas activity, meaning less money coming in from their mineral rights. Looking at segment profit, the land development segment really shined, bringing in $4.8 million, up from $1.8 million a year ago. The water and wastewater segment profit also saw a decent increase. Their single-family rental business is still relatively small, but is growing. Revenue here increased by 6%. They now have 19 homes rented or available and plan to build many more. This part of the business is providing a nice steady stream of income. When we look at cash flow, the company used about $4.5 million in cash during the quarter. This is mainly because investing activities consumed a lot of cash for constructing new rentals and water infrastructure. Operating activities also use cash, though less than the previous year. They managed to bring in some cash from financing activities too, from new loans for their rental homes. A key relationship for Pure Cycle is with the Sky Ranch Community Authority Board. They have a note receivable from the Sky Ranch CAB for public improvements and project management fees totaling over $50 million. This basically means Pure Cycle is funding a lot of the infrastructure for Sky Ranch and will be reimbursed later. They spent nearly $6 million on these improvements in just this quarter. Scroll District 1 Water Court 2020 Application Center. There was a significant legal development with a water court case. After an initial setback, they reached a settlement in December 2025 that grants them new water rights. This is a big deal for their long-term water supply strategy. However, they did have to pay about $0.9 million as part of that settlement. On the legal front, there is a new lawsuit from Colorado Interstate Gas Company concerning pipeline easements. Pure Cycle believes the claims are without merit and intends to fight it. They have not set aside any money for this yet. So what does this all mean for Pure Cycle? The company is clearly in growth mode, especially in land development. Lot sales are booming and they are selling more water taps. Their water business is diversified with strong tap fee revenue, even though direct water sales to oil and gas are down. The single family rental business is small, but growing, providing a nice recurring revenue stream. The biggest risk remains the reliance on homebuilder demand and the general health of the housing market, which is facing headwinds from interest rates and economic uncertainty. Their large accumulated deficit is a reminder that they are still building towards profitability. However, the legal victory in the water court case is a major positive for their core water business. They are managing their expenses well, and with strong revenue growth from land development, they are definitely on an upward trajectory. What are your thoughts on Pure Cycle's strategy and its financial performance? Do you think their land development boom will continue to offset the challenges in other areas? Let me know in the comments below, and if you like this deep dive into their financials, hit that like button and subscribe for more corporate breakdowns. Also, make sure to join our Discord community linked in the description for more exclusive content and discussions. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.